We are staying in Africa for another presentation, and we are headed over to the other side off the coast of Madagascar. I'm going to bring in our next guest, Prashant Motion. Hi, Prashant. How are you?
Hi, Lizzie. I'm good, and you?
Great. It's great to have you and great to have you for our Global BioFest today. A quick introduction for everyone on Prashant. Prashant is a National Geographic Young Explorer and the founder and expedition leader of the Oceanic Project. And today he's going to be sharing his work that's supported by National Geographic and the United States Embassy in Mauritius. And it's going to focus on engaging youth to explore, educate, and take action to protect our ocean. I'm very excited to hear more about your work. So we'll go ahead and bring up your presentation and I'll let you take it away from here.
Thank you, Lizzie. So, um, hi everyone. My name is Prashant, and I'm from Mauritius Island. So, I'm going to share a little bit about my work with National Geographic and the United States Embassy. So, for those of you who don't know where Mauritius is located, we're just a small island in the Indian Ocean with a population of 1.2 million, and we also have some outer island, Rodrigues and the Chagos archipelagos. And I grew up in Mauritius actually, and I spent most of my time exploring because I live in the capital, and behind my house there is the third highest mountain. In the first picture you can actually see the third highest mountain in Mauritius. I spent most of my time exploring as a kid, and I really like taking photographs. And I got my dog, who is my buddy. We explore a lot of mountains, we hike a lot, and I really enjoy hiking. And in the third picture, you can see the city view of Portrait. So when I take a lot of risks, and I have explored some beautiful places in Mauritius where people haven't explored. I explore caves, and it's just living in tropical island, just really beautiful fauna and flora. But also, I do take risks as well. So I break my legs many times, but it worth the adventure too. And from my adventure, when I was a kid, I really liked taking pictures. So after taking pictures, I really liked painting them. So I was really creative when I was really creative, and I'm still creative. I majored in graphic design, so these are some of my paintings that I did. And in the last painting, it is actually a biodiversity of Mauritius, and there is the dodo who has gone extinct. So uh, when hiking a lot around Mauritius, I didn't pay much attention around me because I was young and I didn't notice much. I was really thrilled for the adrenaline adventure, but when I grew up, I started looking at things differently. So there was trash on mountains. So I was really curious where trash goes when there's heavy rain. So one day I started paying more attention when there was heavy rain, and all the trash got into canals at the foot of the mountain. There's a canal, so it goes into the ocean. I live 15 minutes from the ocean, and just behind my house, there's the third highest mountain in Mauritius. And I was really curious where this goes into the ocean. I didn't know about that because I haven't learned about the ocean, haven't learned much about the ocean in school. So I had less knowledge about life below water. And with a group of friends, we started hiking. We started hiking more. We started collecting trash, and you can see in these pictures we have collected done massive cleanup. We collected over 600 kilos of trash, and I finally understood that trash goes into the ocean, but must be going somewhere. And then I started. I was someone who went from fearing the ocean to protecting it. I still remember I did my undersea walk back in 2014, and I took a lot of courage to do that because I was someone who was really scared of the ocean. So I noticed that when I did my first undersea walk, it was a magical world. It's really magical, and then I saw coral reef, and I didn't know about what is coral reef. For me, it was just an underwater structure with no importance where fish love to play. So part of that I didn't learn about coral reef in school. I had less knowledge about life below water, so my school textbooks didn't answer part of my question. And I saw during my undersea walk, I saw some really beautiful coral reef, and there were some who were white and black, so bleach, and some who were dead. And I wanted to know more about why there was more fish around the vivid coral reefs, the beautiful ones, and why there were less fish around the whites and black ones. So I started doing my citizen science research I started exploring and started taking more and more courage. I started scuba diving, free diving, scuba diving back in 2016. I started discovering more and more the important role of coral reef, which is home to millions of species. So I started doing my citizen science research, which found it I found my niche into the ocean. It was I really love the ocean because if you love something you want to protect it. And so when I found my niche, founded my organization, which is the Oceanic Project. And then we started taking more and more action. And I was over the moon when I was selected as a 2021 young explorer. So most of my work focuses on using the power of storytelling to educate and take action to protect our ocean. And back in 2016, I took this photo of shallow water corals, which is not really good condition. But I also explored deeper corals. I do deep diving, cave diving. I have dived with whales, sharks, dolphins, turtles, living in small islands. It's just really wonderful exploring these waters around Mauritius. And but also there is climate change, like I have mentioned. Pollution is increasing more and more because most Mauritians find it an easy way to get rid of waste. So in the first picture, this is where I took this picture on the mountain. This is where most of the trash get into the ocean. You can imagine there's a lot of trash. We had torrential rain, which causes death to 11 people. So it was back in 2013. So there's a lot of trash, and I think most Mauritian are less educated about the journey of plastic, and I start exploring more and more to understand. So at the end, exploring more and more the ocean, the I understand coral reef. I started taking more pictures, storytelling, creates awareness on my social media, and I have seen coral reef. I've witnessed coral bleaching, and when I dive, most of the time I have dive all around Mauritius, and one of my favorite places to go diving is on the west coast. It's really beautiful. I really love sunset, and it is also recognized as a Mission Blue. And we are collaborating with the first Mission Blue champion in Mauritius. So, in the first picture, you can see the coral reef are really in bad shape, bad condition. There's left coral reef, and the water quality is quite bad as well. And but this place in the last picture, in the fourth picture, that this place is recognized by Mission Blue as a hope spot, and there's a lot of dolphins. There are more than 4,000 dolphins, whales, and they migrate to Mauritius, and they come all the way from South Africa, Madagascar, and they come to Mauritius. It's really wonderful to see these whales coming to Mauritius and just play around, and this is why it is nominated as a hope spot. And my work is mostly focused on this specific area as well. So with my organization, we use storytelling to explore, educate, and take action to protect our ocean. So throughout my change-making journey, I got the incredible support, which I'm really grateful. I got incredible support of the United States Embassy, and they are really supporting our work by amplifying what we are doing, and also supporting by creating more and more events and campaigns together. They're joining us in any of the events that we are doing. And as a diver, most of the time when I dive, I carry a mesh bag with me, and we find a lot of trash in the ocean. Find a lot of trash. So I'm also a PADI certified diver with a specialty dive by PADI Aware, so which is dive against debris. So I dive with purpose. We record debris that we found at the bottom of the ocean, and it's quite the journey of trash is going everywhere in the ocean, and we just found trash stuck in coral reef and fishing lines. And I record these debris, and we do clean up on land and underwater as well. So I have developed an education program with the support of a National Geographic certified educator in Mauritius, and the program name is Cobra Squad. And the meaning of the Cobra Squad means that the bonding with the participant, um, meaning that they are carrying coral reef protectors. And with our collaboration with the expert mindset, we can bring together more and more innovative solutions. And each of one has a unique perspective. So we do educate them, and we have explorative session and also coral restoration. So this is our field trip, and it is supported by National Geographic. We um, engages the youth in exploring a marine protected area, and also in the marine park discovering coral reef species and why certain fish depends on that. And we did that 6 weeks ago, and the participants were just really happy exploring life below water, and it was a really unique experience because many Mauritians don't try to explore life below water because they fear the ocean, haven't learned much in school, and also their fear might be in drowning stories and something like that. So our participant was really thrilled and discover life below water. There were fish all around, coral reefs. Some were in good state, some was in a bad state. So after that, we do beach cleanup, and one of our aim doing beach cleanup is not only collecting trash, but what we can do with trash is raising awareness. And with trash we collected, we do message in the bottle, which is something really creative. We found that making more people around where we are based at, our neighbors, our surrounding, where our organization found that. So showing that we have a message in the bottle, and this button by there are some bottles going into the ocean, and our message and pledge is that you can take a step forward by stop using plastic bottles. And this ocean virus was just a really creative idea by our education lead. So we did some a powerful message that COVID has impacted most of us. So our virus for the ocean is plastic and all these debris, cigarette butts, and many more debris are in the ocean. And then one of the things that we do with my organization, we have recently welcomed our cohort of 12 educators. So we are based in a hotel in Mauritius on the west coast. So this is our space where we do educators training, youth training, and these educators are actually sustainability officers of hotels. So we are part of a group hotel, Veranda and Heritage Resorts. So these educators are sustainability officers, and they have a space in every hotel, a youth space, where these educators now are running the same Cobra Squad program. And it is a project that we are more and more involved for the future and assist into give more youth around Mauritius the opportunity, because most of our hotels are based on the coast, and we're getting the really good engagement of the local community as well. And also, we can engage more and more youth to be on the front line, do coral reef restoration. So these are some inspiring new educators that we have welcomed recently. And then one of the last thing is that coral reef restoration. So I have no background in marine biology, but if you tell me to restore corals, I can definitely do that. And I have learned most of the how to restore corals by exploring and understanding how we can, um, make coral reef thrive and restoration. So, in part of our program with National Geographic and the United States Embassy, we do the active coral reef restoration, and we engage our participants how to cut corals and also do the active restoration. And one of the things is that when they hear coral restoration and nursery, they don't know how to set up a nursery, but we show them how to set up a nursery and plant coral reef, and how to get that into the ocean, and also how to monitor that. And that's pretty much it. This is our cohort, and with our National Geographic Yellow Border. So that's my work with National Geographic and the United States Embassy.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. That was absolutely a wonderful presentation. Um,
Thank you.
Couple of questions. It's such inspiring work. Your own artwork is absolutely beautiful, and the artwork that is being created with the educators is also beautiful as well. And definitely you can see how it shares the story of what's actually in our oceans and how to protect them. When you look at is there a difference when looking at different sides of the island and the coral reefs and the water quality? Have you seen any differences in that?
Yeah, I would say that 85% of the reef in Mauritius are actually impacted, but there is hope as well, because we are launching a new educational program where we can engage youth to restore coral. It's not rocket science, but the youth are really inspired. They find a niche, and they feel that there's a need to restore corals, and how our life depends on the ocean. So we don't really pay much attention that 85% of the corals are affected, but we pay more attention that we must respect what we got and protect what remains. And this is the mindset that we're just planting the seed so that they can continue to keep that momentum going. So we're really looking forward to bring Mauritius on the spotlight, do some incredible work here. Yeah.
And how many locals would you say you've gotten involved in your project so far?
So 3 years we started that. So I started that 3 years, but the educational program was recently back in 2 years. So mostly 500. Yeah. Back when I started that, I started working with a diving center. We started doing more and more inspiring, and we did some summer camps, some schools, a lot of that around Mauritius. Yeah.
Awesome. Sorry for my alarm going off. I'm a teacher, and that's when our recess ends during the school day. um, that's amazing. 500 people in just that short period of time, and I'm sure it's only expanding. Do you see that it kind of is spreading within the community, that people are getting involved and getting excited, and then that it's kind of through word of mouth, or are there other ways that you're getting out your message?
Yes, actually, the program was the first one in Mauritius that is has been recently endorsed by the UN Ocean Decade, and it had paid more attention to the youth, and we got the Ministry of Blue Economy here in Mauritius, which got the attention of our program, and he also joined us for our explorative session, which supported by Nat Geo, and he was really inspired by that program, and he said, "Hey, we need to get this program and more involved around Mauritius." So really looking forward to expanding more and more that program, and with the help of the United States Embassy, and also with our educationally with our Mission Blue Champion, we got a really great network together. But we are still working on the expansion, because we do have 12 educators, and they are leading more and more around Mauritius, all around Mauritius. So we're just getting more and more youth involved into that project. Yeah.
Amazing. Well, we're excited to hear about how your project continues and where it goes from here. It's definitely inspiring to hear about, and to hear your journey from seeing some of the trash in the mountains and then thinking about where all of that trash ends up, and getting inspired to just go into the ocean and take that brave step when you were totally terrified at first and look at where you are now. So thank you so much for sharing with us today at the Global BioFest, and for all of the work that you do.
Thank you, Lizzie.